Ruben Amorim and his crew have arrived at Old Trafford. The new era of Portuguese football has begun for the Manchester United Reds, sir. A lot of exciting things happening at United at the moment. Our new man has arrived. His crew has arrived. The Dutch are out. The Portuguese are in. Work visas are coming in as well. Ruben's got his settled. The rest of his boys right behind him. And the players are coming back shortly. Things are kicking off. We got Ipswich next week. A lot to look forward to. I'm excited. New era, new season. It's November, but it feels like a new dawn at Manchester United. Sir, how are we feeling? Are you excited about the Portuguese coming in? Ruben's Red Army, let's go. They're going to be up for it. We're going to be out in January. I think the fans are going to get behind their new manager.
No, interview in Ruben Amorim checks all the boxes. He's got the swag. He's got the steez. He knows what to say. He's talking to the fans on the tour. Sir, he's young. He's the new thing coming up in Europe, and he's going to be on the touchline at Old Trafford. And, man, I think the hype is real. As a Muppet, I just feel it. 21's coming. I don't know if it's next year or the year after.
Or after.
or after that. Regardless, I have a feeling that he is going to be killing bluffers and getting us back to where we should be, and that is essentially dying for the badge on the pitch, because United has been a shell of itself for the longest time. It's been a decade of shit football at Old Trafford, and at least he can turn it around. It's an oil tanker heading in the wrong direction. It's going to take time, but I think Amorim has the right ideas. He's talking about team, unity, intensity are the things he's got to address first off, and it's not going in trying to make things too tactical to jump off. It's like this is going to be a long project with Ineos. He's the man. They picked him. He's here. I'm buzzing. But I also have to be real. It's all about the start, right? This season now, it was a shit season. Now this is an important season for Amorim to build on, and I hope that we can see something from him, see some pride for that badge, see some intensity from these players, and really start to see the improvement. We need to see it this year to have him not have the pressure on his shoulders like with Erik ten Hag. Like, we need something this season to see to not have the pressure on, and maybe that could help him build into the future. So you want a good start for him. You got to give him time, but you need to see some encouraging signs early.
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit is what's our expectations of the new man coming in, given the season he's inherited. I think you're going to see a marked improvement. I think the players are going to step up for him. You watch that video of him walking into Carrington, or the video of him going to Old Trafford for his full interview, and he has it. He has the swagger, he has the look, he has the ability to connect with players, he has the ability to connect with staff, and you saw it as he was just going and dealing with the back office and making jokes and going from dealing with the steward guy to the fans, and just being able to keep along the way and switch from kind of calm, cool, collected, and funny to super intense and dialed in. And I think that's the type of personality you're going to need to succeed at Manchester United when we're a mess. So the players will play better. We're going to score more goals. We're going to look more cohesive. They're going to press harder. They're going to work harder. But it's going to take time. And the season, it's gotten away from us a little bit. The league is super, super competitive. There's teams that were fighting for the title last year that aren't even in the top four at the moment. So he has a big job out for him. He's got some big games coming down the chute between now and the end of the year. But I think we're going to see a big bounce from the team. I think he'll be able to right size the season, and we're going to have a pretty decent end considering where we were a couple weeks ago. So a lot to look forward to with Ruben Amorim coming in. United fans are going to get behind him shortly. I think the players are going to have to. Otherwise, they're going to be shipped out, as they should be.
Yeah, the key performance indicators I'm looking for, the KPIs for Ruben Amorim, is basically distance covered, sprints, intensity out of this United team. I want him weeding out the weak. I want people dropped if they don't run. I want him to be able to get the cohesive unit together, working as a team. We're not going to see the full tactical brilliance of him in year one, but we're going to see some more intensity and demand from the manager, because you're going to see big names dropped. You're going to see young players coming up. Maybe some January signings from Ineos if they throw in some curveballs, maybe a left wing back on loan. So I'm very excited to see him push the envelope and just restarting the vibes in the locker room. It's just been so horrible, so dead. There's no feeling in the Stretford end. Fulham at home. Stretford end, not singing in minute 2 of the game. The first time I've ever seen it standing in the Stretford end. The vibes have been low. We need to get the life back at Old Trafford. The Stretford End are rising again, and Ruben Amorim, I think he's the man to do it. So can't wait for this Ipswich game. Huge game. So programming note on the podcast, we're dropping this Amorim interview / welcome to Manchester United pod. Then we're going to get you the Ipswich preview midweek. And if you want to do a quick PSA, sir, you got to check out our YouTube channel. If you want daily content from the American Red Devils, please go to YouTube, search American Red Devils. We got tons of clips talking about Amorim, talking about contract renewals, Ruud, Van Nistelrooy, also the Ronaldo and Messi debate that Paul Pogba sparked. We're talking about all these fun topics on the daily. If you like and subscribe, it goes a long way to help support our channel. Please check it out. Also, our Patreon page. Over 100 Patreon members. Please sign up. Join the creme de la creme of the American Devils community. We do an extra special behind-the-scenes episode every single month. Tons of benefits. Check it out. Also, check out our store. We're shipping worldwide. We got tons of scarves. Viva Garnacho scarf. Glazers out. We got the trucker hats, shirts, hoodies, beanies. It's winter. You need blankets, beanies, scarves. Support the best club in the world. Support the best pod in the world. Also, check out our website, americanreddevils.com. Alex getting some great blog content up there about Amorim's arrival. Sir, tell me about iTunes reviews.
iTunes reviews and 5-star reviews of the American Devils podcast. Wherever you listen, it's a great way to support the pod. It helps us get found organically by other top Muppets like yourself, and we're still giving away free merch. All you have to do is write a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify and send a screenshot of that review to americanrevels@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll personally pick, pack, and ship some free ARD gear, send it right to your door anywhere in the world. They keep coming in. 5-star Reds. I'm excited. Let's turn this season around. There's a lot of meat still on that bone. We're still in all the competitions. The Europa League table, we can climb up. The league table, I think are only 4 or 5 points outside of top 4. Tough games coming, but hey, I'm excited. I hope the players excited. I think
that
the
was
fans are excited.
preseason. Like, this is the real season.
Exactly.
As you
Starts
United,
over.
This appointment saved our season. I mean, like, this was like the low of the low. The Eric Ten Hag, like it was so horrible. Like, post-international break, just getting kicked in the teeth.
It was hell.
It was horrible. Like, the bad Europa League results. We're in every competition. We just got a new manager. We're going to be frisky. We're going to be dangerous. And we got good players. Trust me, there's some good players in this team. Do we have a complete 11? No. Are we playing like a team? No. But we got some world-class talent. Mason Mount, Christian Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes. We got Ugarte, Casemiro. We got hitters. Rashford should hopefully be turning it around as well. So I really like this roster. And if he's as good as everyone says he is, I think he can do a little bit of magic. So, sir, you want to jump into the appointments? We can go through. This was just released. ManchesterUnited.com doing a profile on every single coach that Amorim brought in, because we didn't just get him. We got his full team.
Yeah, the appointments are in, sir. And like we said, the Dutch are out, and all 5 of his assistants are in, sir. Let's stop at the top, if you will. Carlos Fernandez, Jorge Vital, Adelio Candido, Emmanuel Faro, y Paulo Barriera have all made the move from Sporting United. They've all worked with the manager for quite a long time. Let's start with his assistant manager. Unbelievable stuff. 29 years old. He will be the right-hand man. That is Carlos Fernandez. And they've known each other since the Braga Casapia days. So, hey, our manager is kind of a, not Pee Wee Herman. Who's the guy? Who's the guy who's like the young doctor, the 14-year-old? Okay, I'll leave it out. Young prodigy. Either way, Carlos Fernandez is even younger.
No, keep going. Keep going.
So
with
who's the
reference.
doctor? What was the show from the 90s?
Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser. Yeah,
I'm going to save you. I should have let you.
You're dying, bro. Isn't that the whole point of having a co-host? You fucking let me so I'm not dying out and drowning?
No, I like to let you drown.
Yeah, I drowned. Our manager is a Doogie Howser. He's like a 39 head coach. Is pretty unusual. This guy's even more unusual. 29 years old. Assistant coach for Manchester United. Can you believe it? Beard is best. It's in, sir.
All right, moving on. We got the first team goalkeeper coach, Jorge Vital.
They were together at Braga. They worked together at Sporting since 2020. Come in to lead the goalkeeping staff and work with assistant Mousen. Next guy.
This guy's like old school.
He is, dude. He looks like he probably smokes butts at halftime.
He looks like he coached us in high school at football in New Jersey, American football. He looks like an American football O-line coach. So I like a chubby goalkeeping coach.
It's a good side. Salty old goalkeeping coach. Looks like Jose Mourinho's neighbor. Adelio Candido, first team coach, subject to visa. And he's been on staff of Amorim since Casapia, Braga, and Sporting. He's 28, sir. So he's another young gun. He doesn't care how old you are. As long as you're good enough, you're in. He's a big lad. Adelio looks like, you always need someone like that in the crew just in case things pop off. I think Adelio could hold his own in the dark streets of Porto or elsewhere.
Yeah, for those listening, we're looking at a picture of Ruben and the coaching crew strolling through downtown Manchester. Jorge Vital, hard-nosed goalkeeping coach.
He's great.
Carlos Fernandez. And like you said, Adelio Candido. This is subject to visa, though. And Paulo Barriera is what I'm going to say. He's basically former Arsenal coach. He's going to be the physical performance coach. We all know we need to improve there, so hoping he knows what he's doing.
And you know what? This is exactly what we needed. There's a lot of consternation. This Muppet himself kind of advocated for Rude being the guy before Ruben came into the picture. Now Ruben's in. This is Ineos' first pick, and thankfully and smartly, they ripped out Rude. Rip and replace, fresh new start. We got our new manager. Let's get his whole crew in, and the whole crew has come with him. And I think that's so important, right? I think the reason he was able to step up as quickly as he was in the Portuguese league is he's had, it's not just about the man. You got to have a really good team around you. So the fact that we've got the entire team coming with him from Portugal to the United States, that will be funny because there'll be the cultural aspects of having a whole new crew that's getting used to Manchester and all the things that come with it. I can't wait for their version of the donut story that we had with David De Gea. 15 years ago at this point. And you need that. He's going to need support because it's a big job. There's a lot to do, and there's a lot of shit to fix at Manchester United.
But you know what? He gave a big interview, and we're going to break down key pieces of it. Again, the setting, Old Trafford, at night. He's making Adidas look good. That's how good this coach is already. Adidas, we're Americans. It's the American Red Devils. We got to go with Nike. The Nike kits.
We're both wearing Adidas right now.
I know. No, you're wearing Umbro.
Oh, Umbro. Yeah, Umbro.
No, but this
no.
It's like, give me a break. It's like we're Nike guys. Like United, and by the way, United was the best United ever with Nike.
When's the deal? When's the deal end? Because I have concerns that we're not going to win 21 until Adidas is gone.
It's another decade, but okay, we're going to jump in here. Just talk. We're going to play some of the Ruben Amorim interview clips. Again, this guy, I think he's got it all. Let's hear from the man himself.
What do you think? You watch on TV and you know that is big and it's impressive. But when you are here, you can feel it, and I think you feel the history. I'm really, really proud to be a Manchester United coach. So it's amazing. It's a real an honor.
There's a weight to the place, but it should lift you up.
That's really funny because I feel very relaxed. Maybe because it's not game day. When we have a game, I'm a different guy. But I really don't feel the weight. I'm really excited and I'm quite relaxed.
I mean, listen to that. I don't feel the weight. I'm quite this is just a thing, it's like just the way he's talking. He's so comfortable. And you compare a contrast to the jumpy Ten Hag and the ill-fitting suit, it's just, the bad English, the and it just wasn't
get it in, baby.
It's just
studs up. Let's go, John.
That doesn't. I have to be
ain't helping. Hit him again, bro.
So we're a Muppet. We're Muppets, right?
Correct.
So it's like you have to talk about the intangibles. We've always talked about the intangibles, right? The Jose press conferences, it was more about the press conferences than it was the game. And that's a distraction. And then LVG, we talk about it all. And this guy coming in with this attitude, Moisey, first presser, nervous, right?
Super
so it's like
nervous.
you can judge a lot by this and the way that he's so calm. Also, what he's saying about how he's a different guy on game day. I can take it in now, but on game day, I'm like a maniac. I just love that he's got that trigger. He knows it, and he's just so cool coming into the biggest job in the world, really. I mean, any other job is not going to be covered like this job.
No, it's not. And that's why this appointment's so hard. And that's why so many managers have failed, even though they didn't have, the structure that this manager is going to benefit from. So, like you said, he looks the part. It doesn't look, like they said, like the shirt weighs heavy on some players. It doesn't look so far. Obviously, this is just the intro video, but that means a lot. He knows what to say, even if he doesn't mean it. But I think he's being sincere when he says, I don't feel it right now. It's like you said, game day, different story. But I just think he speaks like a Manchester United manager should. I think he looks and kind of has the aura of the next wave of Manchester United managers or European managers in general. He feels like a hybrid between Mourinho and Pep, hard nose. You have that kind of hard nosed Portuguese, but kind of smooth Catalonian, and you put it together and he's got everything. So very excited, sir. I want that kid. That jacket looks cool. I thought he make like him and like Beckham making Adidas look cool.
But the number one thing is he's ready. Right?
He's ready.
So Braga, Sporting, turns Sporting around, wins the league. He's ready to go. And he's got the confidence. He's got the resume. He's ready for this job. This is the moment, and he looks ready to meet the moment. And I think it's kind of like David Moyes. Should he have gotten the job? If not for Sir Alex, probably not. LVG, he had a good World Cup. Was he the right guy? I don't know. Mourinho probably should have went to Mourinho sooner.
Yeah.
Right. We got Mourinho on the decline. Then Ole shouldn't have gotten the job permanently. Saw how that went. Eric Ten Hag. We wanted the football at Ajax, but was it the system versus the man?
You fire him after the FA Cup. You fire him after the FA Cup, and yes, or in.
It's like
that was time. To
I
do
just
it.
feel like the timing of the appointments, and this just feels like the stars are aligning, even though it was kind of a shit show to get here. But let's listen in to the rest of the interview here. A little clip here.
Right. This might be an easy one, but why have you joined?
First of all, I felt a connection with the club. And when I say with the club, everybody knows the Manchester United, but I felt a connection with the people in the club. And that is very important for me, because I want to work with people that I like and I feel a connection. The second point is the history of this club. All the people are hungry for success. This is the place I want to be, also because of that. Because you can be part of something special, not just one more. And that is something that I really like. And of course, because of the fans, because in Portugal you listen a lot of stuff from media. But when you see the games here, when you see the games, the interaction with the managers, with the players, even in difficult moments, I think it's a special club.
When you say the people, do you mean Omar, Dan and Jason?
Of course, Sir Jim and Sir Dave, but especially Omar, Dan and Jason. I felt a connection. And I felt we are in the same moment. We want to do something special in a special club. So I think that was a key point.
Someone said that Cristiano called you the poet. Is that true?
Yeah, but it's like a funny thing, because when I speak, I think I speak from the heart. I think the people feel that.
Yay. Ronaldo stands unite. Cristiano Ronaldo. He did.
Who?
Cristiano
Who?
Ronaldo.
Never heard of him.
Great player. He, played with him on the Portugal team, and just saying that he's the poet, like he can connect with people. He's a leader, right? And that's kind of what you're hearing. Just everything he's saying here, it's just resonating with United fans around the world and everything that we want in this coach and in this club. It's probably the easy question. Why did you come here? And because the fans are the greatest in the world. So we like to hear that. Us American Devils, we like that.
We do. We want to be flattered. United fans are fickle.
Like,
they
oh,
want to
me?
be flattered.
You came here because of me, Ruben.
Thank you. It wasn't the first reason. I think there's a genuineness to this manager that we're going to come to really love, because that's what we've also heard coming into it, and you see it already in this first interview. There's he's a straight shooter. He's a straight shooter. They said the same thing about him in Portugal. In fact, he's like, look, first and foremost, I wanted to work with people that I want to work with, and that is like a truism for you and I at our age. Like, that is so important. It's so much more important is who you're working with than necessarily like who you're working for. So that shows the Ineos effect. They hired the best possible people to run the front office in Omar, Dan Ashworth, Jason Wilcox, and guess what? They have a human ability to connect with a manager of this caliber. They like that. I'm sure him and Omar got along, and that matters. And then at the same time, the gravitas of the club, yeah, that's attractive to any manager, the fans, of course, as well. But I just think that's a good sign. That means that, these guys are not just super serious, but they also know how to connect with people, bring people in, make them feel empowered, and that's exciting. That's great because we're getting behind Ineos. There are new caretakers, and so far it seems like they're importing the right type of people.
All right, he was asked, what are your key priorities at United?
Priorities.
We know that we need time, but we have to win time. To win time is win games. But the most important thing for me is identity. Since day one, we will start with our identity. Of course, we are going to prepare the games, but we will focus a lot in our game model, how to play, how to press. These small things, small details. You cannot go 100% on every detail because it will be confused for the players. So if I have to say one thing, my main goal, my first goal is identity.
When your first game is here in 2 weeks, I'll be standing over there. Yeah. What can I, as a United fan, what kind of team can I expect from Ruben Amorim's United?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I want to say beautiful things to you, but I'm really honest. I think you will see an idea. You could like it or not, I don't know, but you will see an idea. You will see a positioning, you will see something that we want to reach that kind of level. You will feel that, but we have to know that it's like 2 trainings before the first match. This is the best league in the world. But if I have to say something to you, you will see an idea. This I can guarantee.
Priorities.
I mean, what an
answer.
Sign me up. Where can I?
We're not worthy. Ruben's Red Army. Let's go. I mean,
can I sign up to play? Can I,
no,
coach?
He's good.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to go.
I'll tell you what. How many managers we had? You're still volunteering yourself. I'm good. I'm.
Would you not run through a brick wall for that man?
Absolutely.
Come on, let's go.
I run through a brick wall to get a meat pie for that guy.
Just the way and I also feel like
that answer, bro, is so poetic. It's like an idea.
Ronaldo,
he has I'm telling you, he has like a little bit of Mourinho, like kind of way with words. He's got the swag. He understands that this is not going to happen all at once. Managing expectations as well. Right?
Ronaldo called him the poet. I like that nickname. And the fact he's able to be as sharp here, straight shoot you, no bullshit about like what we're gonna think in contrast to what the players have been under the last two plus years with that manager, that rackety Dutchman.
Hit him again, bro.
No,
no, you're right.
You have to be
He's
like
such a stiffy.
What Ruben just said is you can't give them too much information,
right? And
I felt if you think Ten Hag probably gave them too much information because at times the players looked confused and were like, "Is the manager telling them to do that?" Like, surely the players know to defend or be in this position, but they're not. Maybe, and they looked confused. It looked disconnected. And the fact that his first thing is like making it simple, working on the identity, and then caveating like expectations and how we have to build to where we want to be. Just imagine you're a player in the locker room. You're hearing that from this guy. It's probably the antithesis to what we've been in the last 2 years. It's going to be very refreshing. And I think you're going to see hopefully a new United based on just the relief of kind of what we've been under. Probably too much instruction, not clear, no connection really.
I think that's a huge reason why you might see a giant uplift in this team's performance, even as early as Ipswich, because the team is just going to be, like you said, night and day in terms of the manager's approach. And also, what does it show? It shows a very, very clear sense of self-awareness, where he is in the moment. Right now, you can't come in and all of a sudden try and change the game in terms of putting together a brand new philosophy, doing all these different things he wants to do within 2 training sessions, like he said, and he just showed up with the players coming back from international break. So just have an idea, the beginning of something that will take months and months and probably years to come together. But guess what? We got nothing but time. Ruben's at Red Army, first 2 members right here. Let's fucking go. I cannot wait. This guy's going to do it. He needs time. He needs money. And then he needs more time. But guess what? It's like, we're ready. We've been waiting for a guy like this and a front office like this to enable him. So it's like, let's make it happen.
All right, last interview clip here, real quick.
What drives your footballing philosophy?
In one word, team. The team is the most important thing. And if you work as a team, then the talent individually is going to shine. But if I have to explain the importance of everything is the character, the way we fight, the way we play. and we must have an identity. If our players take the shirt, they will know that is the Manchester United team. Everybody thinks.
I mean, what this guy just like, sir, I could go all day.
I could listen to it all
like,
day.
He's like,
put it back on. It's
You
like poetry. It's like poetry.
A+, bro.
The poet. The poet. Okay, you know what? I'll give Ronaldo his flowers. He's the poet. He's
Thank
our
you.
poet. And he sounds like a poet. The thing about an idea, you will understand. That's fucking. He's got away with words, bro.
And he said this as well, Fabrizio Romano, quote from Ruben Amorim, quote, "I will do everything for the team. I will defend my players if I have to all the time against everybody. That is a key point for me. I will try to do everything to put this club in the place where that it belongs. I will do everything to win."
I will do everything to win.
Yeah.
And he'll defend the players as long as the players do what they need to do to play for the badge and show that, like you said, run through a brick wall. I think a lot of these players are going to be willing to step up, and I think that's where it's going to be. The bluffers are going to just fall to the bottom, bro, because it's going to be so obvious.
No,
the
there's
guys who
no
get
room.
behind, no, there's going to be no room. So the guys who get behind it are going to be like, let's Ugarte, Mason Mount, Garnacho, Ahmad. These like the guys who are ready to make an impact, maybe turn their reputation around a little bit. I hope Rashford does it. I have my concerns, but the ones who don't are going to be like, holy shit, because it's going to be fucking obvious. Like, Lisandro Martinez is going to get right behind this guy and rip people's limbs off because he's going to buy in, right? So I'm excited to see what this team can do. Also, he's got like 3 very good ball-playing center backs now in Lenny Euro, Martinez, and DeLitt. Hey, we got a back 3. We just don't have any wing backs.
We tweeted out a poll from the Muppets. Will Ruben Amorim bring 21 to Manchester United? And we got 90%, 91% yes, 9% no. So I'm going to say the hype is real. Do you think, sir, on everything you've seen, that Ruben Amorim will be the man to bring the 21st title home to Manchester United?
I've gotten this wrong so many times, sir. But I do think he is. I think he's it. I think he's going to need real time. I think it's going to take a lot longer than fans hope or think. I think they might need I don't think we'll make it by 28 like they want to for the 150-year anniversary. But I think he does it. I think he does it like in 5 years. But he's the guy. He's going to win time because he's going to win the fans over. He's going to win the players over. They're not going to be able to spend as much as they want because they have to build the state. It's like we need time. Give him time. I think he'll earn it. Like you said, you win, you get time. I think he does it. I think he's just going to need a minute, more than a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I think if not him, then never. Like, yeah. right. If not,
That's
like
bad.
if not, like the hottest coach coming up in Europe, arguably better than like any of the name. Like honestly, you think of the Tommy T, who's just kind of like going to give you 2 years, run his mouth, get fired. Like Nagelsmann, that jury's out there. You know, you don't know.
What's he
like
done?
you know, Potter, Southgate. Like compared to all the managers that we could have hired, you know, if this guy can't do it with Ineos and Dan Ashworth, and these guys can't get United playing football at the top again, I think he's got the words to punch us through. I think he's got the man management to punch us through. You look at what Sporting is doing to the likes of City. If not this guy, who else? I'm on the train. It's going to be number 21, Amorim. As far as when, you know me. I'm like I'm saying it's not going to happen before 2030. I think it's a 20-year thing. He could be here for a long period of time, so I hope that he can bring it through. I'm more worried of us just being competitive. Like it'd be nice to go into the season and be like Arsenal fans now. They at one point they were like us, 13th, 12th, whatever. Now they're like, okay, we have a chance this year. Who are we signing? Like you're locked in. You could win the Champions League or the league. You know,
I mean, they were close 2 years in a row.
No, but they're close and they're frisky in the Champions League. You know, you're just at that level. Like I'm more worried about being there, and then obviously you got to pray to the footballing gods to get over the line. You know, because you need things to go your way with injuries and matchups and Champions Leagues and stuff like that. There's a little bit of you got to get lucky at the end of the day. So I'm hoping he can bring us to the promised land. Jumping into some fan questions here. We had at Gray Internet. It started hyperbole, impossible expectations, reliving glory days, the great mentality shift. I'm tired, sirs. Manchester United isn't a mid-table club. We haven't spent like a mid-table club. Patience is needed to compete with top-tier clubs, but we need results now. No more shit football. Wow.
We are not a mid-tier club. You know, we are the greatest football club in the world. the greatest football club in England, and I love this club, and I know this club is going to be back. We're going to have to be patient. This guy needs time. There's still a lot of bluffers here. They still are not going to be able to spend as much money as we want them to. We need to give him time, and guess what? Why wouldn't we give him time? It's like he's going to shoot us straight. I guarantee you he will encourage the youngsters. He'll play the academy, and he'll get us there if we just give him enough time to figure it out. So I'm pumped. Let's be excited. Why not? We should be excited because guess what? We need some fucking enthusiasm because Old Trafford's been fucking dull. I hate to say it. It's been dull. And
No,
let's bring
really
that
dull.
back.
Like we've gone and
Like
been
worrisome,
like
worrisomely dull.
like something's not right here, dull.
And something was not right.
Like we went to I forget was it Fulham or even the game before that?
Fulham away, and then it was
no, we did
PSG.
Fulham home, and then no PSG hasn't been United hasn't been right since 2019. We never recovered. Realistically, it's just been kind of the atmosphere has been rough. Like it just has it. Like the reason why we fell in love with the club going there to Manchester, like 2010, Liverpool, United, Rooney, Sir Alex. Like it's just like the vibes were everywhere pre-game, and it just it has definitely taken a hit. Like.
It's I'm thinking about it now. It was Ole. Ole was the last manager that captured the fans because even when I was there for the stomping. I was there when they got stomped right after COVID when I could actually travel again, and you were back for the birthday. They got stomped 5-0. We lost from the first second, but the crowd was still into it because I think Ole kind of garnered some enthusiasm.
No, the crowd used to always be into it regardless of what was going on in the pitch, and it has changed.
Yeah,
but I think Ruben will bring that back.
I think so too.
The way of support's always there. At Mike United Mets, sirs, I propose a 20-point bonus for the match prediction game for either to predict the correct position United finishes in the Premier League table. Give Alex a chance to get back into
I got a chance, baby. There's a lot of games left. Mike United Mets, there's a lot of game left.
I like this.
He's not going to give it to me. Why would he give it to me? He's in the lead.
I would.
He's crushing me.
It's like
he's crushing me.
So I'm reading my son the Harry Potter books, and they're talking about Quidditch. If you get the golden snitch, you get 100.
Yeah, you win. You can't lose.
Yeah, so I think that he's onto something with the wild card.
You would have to name the points. The only way to honor is if you have to name the position and the points.
It'd be if you get the position, but the problem is our position predictions were with Eric Ten Hag. So will we adjust them now? I think you could get a one-time redo.
You have to do it before the game is played. You have to do it before and we never put any merit onto the predictions, did we? On the actual placement, we haven't done a point allocation. We're doing this live.
Yeah, no. next season. So Mike, you're on to something. If you predict a trophy and we win, but there's gonna have to be a penalty too because you can't just get. So say if you say we're going to win
penalty. No penalty.
If you say we're going to win the FA Cup and we do, you get a bonus. But if you say we're going to win every cup, then
you can't just pick a
exactly. So there has to be a cost to doing that. But we're going to improve the match prediction game. I'm feeling pretty good about it.
There could be a flyer. I don't hate the idea of a flyer. I also think I'm going to start getting it now. My Muppet takes because we're going to have a Muppet manager.
If you guess the points, it's you get 200 or something. It's you win.
You'd have to guess the points and the place. That would be real money.
Yeah. At D_Cole18, sirs, we get an extra week for Ruben to work with the lads before we open the new era against mighty Ipswich. Here's hoping the boys come out firing and absolutely crush them to get the vibes right. Curious if Ruben moves us away from the god-awful 4-2-3-1 to his 3-4-3 right away. Based on the interview, you're going to see an idea. I think he might go for it.
I think you'll see it. I think he's going to just be like, fuck it. Let's do it.
That's the idea.
I think that's the idea. It's it's not going to work quite, right, but it's going to work to some sense. And then it's the beginning of something, right? It's a spark. So it's this is how I want to play. It's going to take a while.
Awesome. That is it. That's the podcast. You like the American Devils? Please check out our YouTube page. Only 50% of people that watch us on YouTube subscribe. So if you're not subscribed, please go there. Check it out. Helps the channel. Help the algorithm, all that stuff. Comment, let us know what we got wrong about Ruben or what you think. Also check out our store, americanreddevils.store, americanreddevils.com, patreon.com/americanrevels. Support the pod. Sir, give us our top 10 downloads last 7 days. What do we got here?
Sir, number one, how we doing? Let's get into it. Los Angeles, California, Brooklyn, New York, Melbourne, Australia, New York, Chicago, Illinois, Dublin, Ireland, Charlotte, North Carolina, Houston, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri, and last but not least, Philadelphia, PA. Appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. Couldn't do without you. Sir is going to play one of my favorite chants because we're going to have to update it so shortly with Ruben Amorim coming in. Can't wait. Big game coming up next weekend. Managers coming in. Back the manager.
Let's go.